Good evening, everyone, to one and all esteemed members, fellow chartered accountants joining us today for another enriching session of Golden Charcha. I'm CA Rashi Sonthalia, and I have the privilege of coordinating today's session. Golden Charcha has truly emerged as the golden initiative by EIRC of ICAI, bringing cutting-edge technology and knowledge directly to our students. This initiative reflects our commitment to continuous professional development and ensuring that every member of our fraternity stays equipped with the latest tools and techniques. Before we proceed, I would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to C. Vishnu Kumar Christian, our dynamic chairman of EIRC, whose visionary leadership and commitment to professional excellence has made initiatives like Golden Charcha possible. So your leadership truly inspired us to reach greater heights, and Golden Charcha stands as a testament of your commitment to our professional community. I would like to hand over the mic to Sir, and thank you, Sir, for joining us today.
Thank you, Rasi, for giving me the opportunity to speak before my friends, Kundan ji and well as Rajat ji. And is what you told that is right that under this Golden Charcha schemes, we have tried to cover all the chartered content from base route of the India, the eastern part, to the highest portion of the corporate south, so that we can give the platform to all the chartered content to show their expertise, to show their talent and experience at the mass level. Hence we started, and I also thanks Rasi, who is just qualified chartered accountant, and she told that sir, I want to contribute to the CA Institute by way of doing this Golden Chacha scheme and the front runner. So thank you, Rasi. You just shown your courage and shown your interest to do this activity. So thank you so much. Thanks, Kundan Bhai, to confirm his confirmations. Yes, he will deliver on the overview of income tax, and same to Rajat Agrawal ji, who is always available to us, and he also written a new book recently, fantastic book, and really very guiding to the new viewers. So thanks, Rajat ji also. Because the speaker is here and the special address is here, so I will not speak much. Apart from that, we have Golden Jubilee Conference very recently in the next month. So I request all of you, please spread this word to your colleagues, to your fraternity, so that we become a vibrant ERC and we can make this program very successful. With these remarks, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sir. So our topic for today is overview of the new Income Tax Act. Our special addressee is CA Rajat Agrawal. I would like Sir to speak a few words on the topic.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, firstly, I would like to thank EIRC and Vishnuji for organizing these kind of learning sessions. These sessions are very useful for everyone, especially for young members. And special thanks to today's speaker, CA Kundanji and coordinator Rashi for this session. And as all my fellow chartered accountants are aware that we are having Income Tax Act from long way from 1961. But now after 64 years, this big change has come. And government actually was trying to bring many changes from last 10 years, but due to some or the other reasons, they could not do that because many major changes they could not bring because there were long settled cases in High Court and Supreme Court. And if they will change the section thoroughly, then there can be a big problem because all the settled cases might have a problem. So, but finally, after 64 years, we have finally got the new and concise Income Tax Act, which is comparatively easier to read and understand as compared to 1961, what I feel. But I haven't gone through the full act, but till now I feel it is comparatively easier. As we all know that Income Tax Act 1961 has evolved and expanded so many times in last 64 years because of it became more complex, more scattered, and more difficult for both taxpayers and both professionals to understand. I remember when first time I was reading Income Tax Act a long time back in 2003, 2004, I could not understand these sections in one reading because Income Tax Act used to consist of sections of 10, 15, 20 lines. Then there was a subsection, then there was clause, then there was subclause. Then there was proviso, then there was sub-proviso, then there was further proviso, then explanation. Then there was notwithstanding, as Kundan ji and I was discussing that now notwithstanding to the act has gone. So as a practicing CA, we used to read one section more than 3 times, 4 times, 5 times to understand the correct meaning. because the Income Tax Act language is not very simple for someone who is reading it for the first time. Now, hopefully, this new Act 2025 is made of simplified language, which I can see, and this will reduce litigation and disputes. No doubt, this will do that. Now, since we are in faceless era where most assessments and verifications and appeals are faceless, driven by data, algorithms, and structured responses, rather than physical files, in such a scenario, clarity of law and correctness of data are very critical. So this new act is expected to bring more clarity in law because of this simplified language. Now, for practitioners like us, this reform offers both a challenge and an opportunity. We will have to unlearn the old sections. We have been learning the sections. We know the sections from last 20 years, 25 years, which is in our mind. Now we'll have to relearn the new sections because all the sections have changed, numbers have changed. But it is also chance to bring more awareness among taxpayers to prevent disputes before they arise. This EIRC platform has always been a torchbearer for professional excellence, and sessions like this ensure that we always remain informed, prepared, and progressive. Now, I would like to request CA Kundanji to share with participants on how this new law is structured and what transitional aspects professionals should prepare for, because big thing is coming up. Let us continue to grow as a profession that ensures that new tax law reforms ultimately delivers ease and efficiency for every taxpayers. Thank you, and I wish everyone an enlightening session ahead. Thank you so much. All
Thank
yours,
you,
Kundan.
sir. I would just before so start, I would just like to introduce the speaker. So our speaker for today is CA Kundan Kumar Shahi. He has over 15 years of diverse industry experience. He has gained extensive expertise in cost and budget management, treasury operations, and handling various direct and indirect tax matters. He has also served as a central auditor for PSC Bank. He has played a pivotal role in several negotiation processes with union and corporate entities, particularly in resolving complex commercial disputes. His professional journey reflects a strong blend of finance, commercial resolution, and tax expertise across both corporate and public sector environment. I would like to welcome Sir today, and over to you, Sir, for introduction of the topic.
Thank you, Rashi. Thank you, ERC, for inviting me in this session. I was speaking to Rajat ji before start of this session, and I just want to say one thing which Rajat ji has quoted, that we need to unlearn the provision. But trust me, with this new act, we don't need to unlearn anything, because the whatever the provision we had in previous act, same policy wise, there is no change in the new act. Only the simplification has been done. Language has been modified in a bullet form, or it has been put up in a tabular format to for easily understandable. So before I start, I just want to share the presentation so I go slide by slide and can tell about this new act. Just a second. So, is it visible?
Yes, sir,
You
it's
can
visible.
use the full screen if possible.
Yes, sure. So I think it is visible, right?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
So, good evening, everyone. So again, having said that, we are going to discuss this new Income Tax Act 2025. The Rajat ji has rightly said that the last act means the old act, which I am talking about, the 1961. I will use the word old act, new act. So for simplification, instead of taking the full name. So in the old act has served almost for 64 years to this country. And over a period of time, it became so bulky, repetitive in nature, and cluttered with hundred of amendments. So it was very difficult for us to understand where is the explanation of this provision and how many provisos are there, and trust me, it became so difficult. One thing more I want to say, we are in 2025. The earlier act was approved in 61 and was effective from 62. So I can say that that was a typewriter era, and now we are living in a cloud-based portal. So from typewriter era to this cloud-based portal, uh, for next 10 years or 15, everywhere in the world there is a buzz of AI. So document requires for us which can be read by the machine. Earlier act we had a textual based provisions, very bulky provisions, and it was very difficult for machine to
So
read
if
those
you could
documents.
just speak a little louder because the participants are saying that the voice is really low.
I think if I speak more louder, I don't. I try my best. Okay, Rashi,
Yeah.
is it fine to you?
Yeah, it's fine to me.
Okay, so I was saying that the last act, again, the old act which was approved in 1961 and was effective from 62, that was a typewriter era. Now we are living in an AI-based era. So whatever we do, a machine gets involved, whether a computer or now we are more dependent on the AI and we are working more on the AI-based technology. So document was required which can be read by the machines. Now this act, the new act, has been drafted so beautifully in a tabular format, in a bullet line style, that machine can easily pick that where what section is saying and what the relevant exemption which has been mentioned in the table, and they can interpret like that. So this is something good for country, and I really
I think Kundanji, we cannot hear him.
Yeah, uh, just let me.
act we had more than 5 lakh.
So you got disconnected.
New thing which income tax department is doing right now. What one problem I think everyone is facing, that in case of joint holders, if you have a mutual fund in your and your wife, as a you are joint holder, then in AI's data both the names are cropping up. In both the AI's data, it is showing that you are a mutual fund owner. But the fact is that in few cases, your wife is a second holder. So she has not invested. So in that case, you have to uh, fill the AI's data, and there you have to give your comment that she is the second holder. Otherwise, unnecessary scrutinies cases are coming up. This problem is because of the Form 61, which is being prepared by the reporting entities like banks and like mutual fund houses. In that Form 61, they don't have the option of putting the figures for the first owner and as for the second holder. That is the reason this confusion is happening, and we have already pointed out this to the income tax department that Form 61A, which is the format for the reporting entities, should be corrected so that this
Am I
harassment
audible?
can stop. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You're
I
back.
don't know
In
what
case
happened.
of
Just Santanu ji has called me that it all went away. The link.
what I was
Yes, so
saying,
we
in
were
case of
trying to
bandwidth
contact
issue,
you continuously.
in case of sir bandwidth issue, you can put off the video and then you can start if there is any
I
bandwidth
don't think
issue.
I will have any issue in terms of internet connectivity. I don't know what happened. Where are
Sir,
we
please
in the
start. Yeah.
presentation? Where are we there? Because I don't know when it was disconnected because I kept going on.
You could just start the presentation, like I think we will do second slide.
Okay, we were only second slide.
Yeah, you were disconnected quite quickly.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry, I moved to the 9th slide without knowing that it was disconnected. So am I
Sure.
audible, Rashi? Is
Yes,
it
sir, you're
visible?
audible.
Let
Yeah,
me
it's
know.
visible.
Okay. So again, I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened. Now, this new act, there is a section called Section 1. We have a time issue also because now it is 5:45. So I will move fast. Now, this new act has a Section 1 which talks about that what would be the name of this act, where it is going to apply, and from when it is going to be implemented. Likewise, in old act also. So there is a one change only that instead of 1961, there is a change 2025. Now it will be called as Income Tax Act 2025. It will apply to entire India. If you just, I put this slide to let you know, if you all remember, uh, in service tax, we had a section which used to say it extends to the whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir. Thanks to Government of India for removing 370. Now we don't require to use those definition. It is since it is passed in 2025 and it has to be for the full complete year. So now it will it is going to implement from 1st April 2026. Rasi, am I audible, right? Rasi?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you're
you're
audible.
audible.
Okay. So now let me move first in terms of definition. In old act, we had 90 plus section. In this new act, we have 112 section. Uh, old act had a long compound sentence in terms of a definition, but this new act has drafted in such a way that we have they have shortened the definition and put the bullet like drafting so that we all can understand the definitions. I don't want to put more time here because I have a few important slides. So I'm moving to the next slide. Yes, having discussed in the start of the presentation that in la old act we had few words like notwithstanding, proviso, explanation. I just give you an example. One of my senior took a session for half an hour to make me understand that what is the meaning of notwithstanding. So definitely it had a overriding effect in terms of that particular section. But now it all have gone. We instead of notwithstanding, we are to use a very simple word like irrespective of, even if, and we will find in the entire act. So we will not have such kind of word which we can face the problem to understand. Now, Section 3 has defined the meaning of previous year and assessment year in the old act. Now, in the new act, we have a meaning of tax year. So we have tax year has been defined. After long time, I don't think any charter accountant will have a problem to understand the previous year and assessment year. But as a common people, they still find out the problem that what is the previous year and assessment year. Yes, in the year in which income is earned, now will called as a tax year in place of previous year. So we will find this terminology everywhere, the tax year. One more thing, when this changes brought to my knowledge, I tried to find out worldwide that what kind of terms they use. Most of the act and whatever act I saw, everywhere they use tax year. So we are aligned with the what all the in terms of globally that everywhere will be understood as a tax year. Investor can understand that yes, this is the tax year, this is going to be taxed. Now, charging section, we have a see a charging section is the heart of any act. Even Apex Code has said that no tax can be imposed or by inference or analogy. It must be imposed by clear words of a charging section. So they have simplified the language because the charging section requires or defines who is taxed, what is taxed, and what to be taxed. So after definition, they put the 5 bullet points, which defines the levy parts, scope, inclusiveness, spatial period, and collection. Again, we lost much time in terms of disconnectivity. So again, I'm moving to the next session. But yes, one thing, having said that, this new act has been drafted in such a way which can be read by the machine. When I say machine, which means AI-based software and all that. So the machine can read the bullet point very easily, can interpret it, and give us the result. So we will see that this new act is for the automation purpose. So accordingly, they have drafted it like that. Now there is a section 8. In last old act, we had a section 9A. So in section 8, this is anti-abuse section basically. So what used to happen when assets get transferred at the time of reconstitution or dissolution to the or to the member of AOP, it it was very difficult to understand that whether it is a normal transfer or it is just this transfer can be taken as a sale. Now, this act has defined it very beautifully that any transfer of capital asset or stock in trade, uh, whi- which transferred at a time of constitution or dissolution, will be treated as an income in the hands of partner and a member. So they have defined it very beautifully, and now there is no confusion in terms of anti-abuse. Now, Section 10 is there. I really find it very difficult to find out the exemption, because I personally believe that Section 10 was a dumping dump yard for all the exemption. We had number of exemptions, and afterwards we had a proviso, number of provisos, then explanation. So this new act, what they did, they brought two sections, section 11 and section 12. Section 11, section 12 talks about the income of a political party, and section 11 talks about which incomes are not to be considered. So they defined the section 11 and 12, and afterwards they asked us to go to the schedules and found out the eligibility and conditions. Rashi, I am trying to show everyone this act, this schedule, so that can understand. And if it gets disconnected, let me know, please.
Sure, sure, sir.
So having said, we have a schedules in this section. This is the schedule number 3. We have seven schedules in the attached to the section 11, section 2 to section 8. Sorry, schedule 2 to schedule 8. This is the schedule 3. Now, if you see the column, they have listed out that which incomes are not to be included in the total income. Now, for that particular income, who is the eligible person to claim that? And afterward, we have a condition that if we fulfill the condition, we can apply for this exemption. So instead of going in a bulky paragraph which has a semicolon, proviso, and explanation, we just need to jump into the table and find out that what is the situation, or how, whether we are eligible to get this exemption or not. It is visible, right? Rasi, it is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah. So we have now simplified version of this exemption list, and we can find out the relevant exemption easily through the table. Now, having said that, even a Ministry of Finance, through their press release, they clarified that there is no such policy change in the new act. They have simplified this particular act. So now again, we have only as like old act, we have a 5 heads of income: salary, house property, PGPP, capital gains, and other sources. Now, I don't want to give much time because it's already 5:51. So, drafting wise, they have simplified the language. Now we have a bullet type drafting and attached schedule over there. In PGPP, just to put an example, they have a take it depreciation to the schedule. Now, if any changes is to be done or required to be done in the depreciation rate, they will require to just update that table and then don't need to amend the particular act or section. Now, I want to take some time in this particular slide. We have been talking for a long time about the digital assets. We have been talking about what to be done with these cryptocurrencies like bitcoins and other. I will take the name of Bitcoin because it is everyone is familiar with that, so they can connect with that. So Bitcoin is digital asset, and digital asset can include a lot of coin. So now in this new act, we have a section 2111 which talks about the digital asset. It means this Bitcoin, this virtual asset has been accepted by the government of India through this particular income tax act. How it is important for us? Because nowadays we all are going through that. US is warning us to put some sanction on us if we buy oil from Russia. Even they have already put some sanctions that we cannot buy products from Iran. And what is the sanction that we cannot use the US dollar for any transaction. And it might be possible that if we use INR for that particular transaction, that would not be acceptable to the exporting country. But this crypto, Bitcoin, probably would be acceptable to everyone, the exporting country, because it is a tradable to the entire world. So in place of using USD, what we can do, we can transfer the digital asset to the exporting country, and we get the product here. Now they have defined the transfer also, because once it is transferred, this digital asset, it will attract capital gain. So instead of paying INR, what I am doing, I am transferring Bitcoin to them and attracting capital gain, and I can do the transaction because Bitcoin might be acceptable to them. So this is something I would say will have a long-term impact in Indian economy, because now we can do the transaction, we can transfer the digital asset by paying off capital gain. Now, Section 509, subsection 1 imposes some type of duty on the crypto exchange. So they need to inform periodically about the crypto transaction and the holding and all that. Now, in search and seizure chapter, they have also brought the provision that if department wants to search, we need to show them the detail of asset, obviously of crypto. So I personally believe that though government of India is saying that there is no such policy change, but this is something brought down in this act which will have a long-term impact on Indian economy. We all knew about 44 AD. Now it has been defined in Section 58. Whether we do the digital transaction or we do in a cash, the turnover limit has been fixed 3 crore.
So
But
you're
yes,
getting
they have
disconnected.
given some type of incentives if we do the transaction in digital way, and the tax
So your voice is breaking.
6% on the yes.
So your voice is breaking.
Rashi, I don't know what is happening. Am I audible now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay.
What
I
you
don't
could
know
do
what's
is
happening.
you could just switch off the video and continue with the session. I think that would be supported by the bandwidth.
So, Rashi, is it visible? PPT is
Yes, sir,
visible
it's
to you?
visible. Yeah.
So, I was at section 58. Now, instead of curtailing the turnover limit, they have given some type of incentive to the digital transaction. That for others, it will be 8%. So, I no further deduction allowed in this. Now, accordingly, we have a section 44. We had a 44 ADA. Now we have 59. The ceiling limit has been put up 75 lakhs to avail this exemption. Deemed profit will be 50% of the gross receipt. Not it required unless claiming income. 50%. Now, for transporter again, now it is again instead of 44 AE, we have a section 60. But yes, they have linked it to the schedule with indexation formula, and any updation over there doesn't require to amend for amendment in the act. So this is something they did in this particular section, and obviously CBDT can notify and update the figures. And now we should have a reservation in our mind that what would happen, the loss we are carrying with us in old act, and what would happen to that in the new act. So they brought section 138 to 142, which talks about that for unexpired benefit that will remain continue in the new act. For assessment chapter, again, nothing new in this chapter, but yes, they tried to bring automation process. If we see 143 subsection 1 was manually or partly automated, now it is fully automated. In the same way, rectification order was issued manually. Now they brought section 296, which will be done through automated system. So the thirst has been given in this particular chapter for bringing automation in the process. Again, they kept the dual regime concept in the new act also, but while filing the return, the new tax regime will automatically come. We need to opt out and go opt for the old regime. So the default filing of return will come as a new regime. And for salaried people, employers have to compute the TDS in the new regime unless and until employee gives us the declaration that we want to be continuing in the old regime. Thank you. I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened with this internet connectivity because. Thank you, Rasi. I think I'm done because it's a 6 p.m. and I had to close it
Wrap it
before
up.
6
Yeah.
p.m.
So thank you. I'll just conclude this session. On behalf of everyone present here, I would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers, CA Kundan, Kumar, Shahi, and CA Rajat Agrawal, for sharing their valuable knowledge on this important topic. Your explanations on key provisions has truly enhanced our understanding, and I'm really sorry for the technical delay that happened.
Thank you, Rasi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.